Okay, number 10. Pepe Le Pew graph point 8 on a coordinate grid. It's over here. Pepe will graph point B, so a different point, at a location 2 units away from point A. So when they are saying 2 units away, that means 2 square on the graph. So to solve this one, we're going to graph the 4 points, and we're going to notice which one is 2 units away only. So -4, remember the first number is always x, and the second one it's on the y-axis. X, it's only moving either right or left, depending on the sign of the number, and y, it's only up or down, depending on the sign, okay? Negative on the x means to the left, negative on the y means down. So -4 and -8, it's exactly this point. So this is not going to be the answer. G, it's +8, so you move to the right. It's not even here on the coordinate plane. Will be somewhere over here. +8, -4, so it's way far. This is G. H is -6, -6. This is H. Yes, this can be your answer. And J, it's -2, +4. So it's more than 2. The distance, this is the closer one. It's 2 units, but it's in diagonal. So this is your answer. Okay? Just remember always the first number, it's on the x-axis. You always start from the origin, okay? From the origin. The quadrants, it's on the right upper corner. It's 1, and then you do the C from Clarissa. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, on the next one, 11. In 2016, there were approximately 1,278 used cars located between La Famosa and Milpa Verde. A survey found that 77% of those cars had bad tiles as they pulled it out of Houston area flood zones. Based on this information, if you notice, there's a lot of work going on, but the only information needed is this two. Based on this information, how many used car lots were selling flooded cars? Remember, the word "of" is the keyword to remind you that you need to multiply. You need to multiply. So how are you going to multiply a number times a percent? Times a percent. So turn that percent into a decimal. So it's 77 out of 100, 77 hundredths. Remember the place value. You don't see a decimal point, but it's going to be over here, and then you move your decimal 2 places to the left, because now you're turning from percent into decimal. So 77 hundredths. And then you multiply. This is using multiplication. Now, the other way that you can find your answer on this one is by estimating. So remember, if the 100% is 1,278, if you just need to find 77%, it's going to be less than the original amount, because this is 100%. 77% will be somewhere over here. Now look at your answer choices. This is way bigger of your answer, so that cannot be the answer. This is more than your answer. That cannot be your answer. And this one is just a little bit less, So this will be like 90%, like just by estimating, okay? So this should be your answer. But you can go ahead and solve the multiplication to see if you get your answer right. Okay. For some of you that you still struggling with multiplication, remember, you need to multiply one number at a time. You start from the one on the right. On this example, the place value is hundreds. So you multiply 8 times 7, which is 56, 6, and you carry 5. 7 times 7 is 49, and then you add those 5. Okay, 49 plus 5 is 54. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 5 is 19. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. Now, the good thing about this one is that you have the same number, so you can just repeat the same answer. But remember, you need to leave an empty space because now you're changing place value. We're not working on the hundreds anymore. Now we're working on the tenths, one place value to the left. So it's 6, 4, 9, 8. And then the last step, don't forget the last step. You add 6, 10, 10, and 4 is 14. 10 and 8 is 18. And 9. 1, 2, 1, 2. There is. This is your answer. Now, why, if you notice, you don't have a decimal in your answer. Why not? Because we're talking about cars. You cannot have 600th car. What will be that? I don't know, a tire? So we cannot have 0.6 cars, 0.600 cars. Okay, so this is your answer. And then the last one, I'm not going to give you the answer. Just remember, on the number line, the more to the left, the smaller it is. Remember the strategy. Left is less. Now, notice that they changed the vocabulary a little bit. Instead of saying it from smaller to bigger or least to greatest, they're telling you coldest to warmest. So coldest, remember, is negative temperatures. So coldest will be all the way to the left, and the warmest numbers are going to be to the right. Thank you. You can look at the next video, 13 to 17.